Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, today I want to talk to you about something that has the power to change your life. A plan not for someday, not for next year, but for the next 6 months. 6 months that could take you from where you are to where you are meant to be. 6 months that could unlock the doors of opportunity, breakthrough, and success. I am not talking about wishful thinking. I am not talking about hoping for the best. I am talking about a plan of action, a path of discipline, a commitment to transformation. Some of you have been waiting for the right time, waiting for the right circumstances, waiting for something to change. But I am here to tell you, waiting will not bring success. Waiting will not break your chains. Waiting will not turn your dreams into reality. It is time to move. It is time to take responsibility. It is time to step into the calling that has been placed on your life. For the next 6 months, you must have clarity. You must know what you're working toward. Too many people live without direction. They wake up, go through the motions, and wonder why nothing changes. But when you have clarity, when you know exactly what you want and why you want it, then you begin to walk with purpose. You do not waste time. You do not drift. You do not make excuses. You focus. You plan. You move forward. Because when you have clarity, doubt disappears and determination takes its place. But clarity alone is not enough. You need discipline. Success does not come to those who are comfortable. It does not come to those who only work when they feel like it. It comes to those who are willing to sacrifice, to push through when others quit, to stay the course when the road gets tough. For 6 months, you must commit to a higher standard. You must be disciplined in your time, your actions, your habits, because what you do daily will determine what you become permanently. And as you walk this path, you must embrace growth. You cannot stay the same and expect different results. You must be willing to learn, to stretch, to break through the limits that have held you back. Growth requires humility, the willingness to admit that you do not know everything, that you can improve, that there is always another level. And growth requires courage, the courage to face your fears, to step into the unknown, to become the person you were created to be. But none of this matters without action. You can have the clearest vision, the strongest discipline, the deepest knowledge, but if you do not take action, it is all wasted. Too many people talk, too many people dream, too many people wait. But those who succeed are the ones who act. They move before they feel ready. They take the first step, then the next, and they do not stop. Because action creates momentum, and momentum creates breakthroughs. My friends, the road will not be easy. There will be moments when you feel tired, when the progress seems slow, when the voices of doubt whisper that you should quit. But that is when you need perseverance. That is when you must press on. That is when you must remind yourself why you started. Because the difference between those who make it and those who do not is not talent, not luck, not background. It is perseverance. It is the refusal to give up, the decision to keep going, the faith that the finish line is worth the fight. And when you commit to this plan, when you hold on through the trials, when you discipline yourself, when you grow, when you act, when you persevere, something happens inside you. You are no longer the same. You are transformed. You are stronger, wiser, more capable. You are no longer a prisoner to the past, no longer held back by fear, no longer controlled by excuses. You step into a new identity, a new level, a new season of victory. 6 months. That is all it takes to change your life. 6 months of clarity, discipline, growth, action, perseverance, and transformation. 6 months of doing what others will not so you can live how others cannot. 6 months of committing to something greater than yourself. The time is now. The choice is yours. Will you rise? Will you step forward? Will you claim the future that is waiting for you? The door is open. Walk through it. Clarity is the foundation of success. Without a clear vision, you will drift through life without direction, constantly moving but never truly arriving anywhere meaningful. Clarity is the ability to see your goals vividly, to know exactly what you want, and to define a path to reach it. Many people struggle because they lack this clarity. They have vague ideas, loose dreams, and fleeting ambitions, but they never take the time to sit down and define what success looks like for them. If you do not know where you are going, how will you ever get there? Clarity is the first and most crucial step toward achieving any great accomplishment. The first step to achieving clarity is to take a moment to step back from the noise of life. Too often, people are caught up in the rush of daily obligations, overwhelmed by responsibilities, and distracted by endless entertainment. They move from one day to the next without truly considering where they are headed. To gain clarity, you must pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What are the desires that burn deep within my heart? What kind of life do I see myself living in the future? The clearer you become about what you want, the easier it is to take action toward achieving it. Once you have identified your goal, the next step is to write it down. Writing solidifies your vision. It turns a thought into something tangible, something you can see and revisit every single day. Your goals should not be general statements like, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. Instead, they should be specific, measurable, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, I want to be financially free, say, I want to earn $100,000 in the next 12 months through my business. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, say, I want to lose 20 pounds and build muscle by following a workout plan for 6 months. Clarity removes uncertainty and makes your path clear. Visualization is a powerful tool that enhances clarity. When you visualize your success, you train your mind to focus on the goal as if it has already been achieved. Athletes do this before every game, seeing themselves winning before they even step onto the field. Business leaders visualize successful negotiations before they walk into the meeting room. By vividly imagining yourself achieving your goal, you build belief and confidence, making it easier to take action toward it. See yourself living in the house you dream of, driving the car you desire, walking confidently into the office you build. The clearer your mental picture, the stronger your motivation. Another key to clarity is removing distractions and eliminating confusion. Many people have too many conflicting goals, trying to achieve multiple things at once without a clear priority. They start one thing, then jump to another, never making real progress in any direction. This leads to frustration and stagnation. To gain clarity, focus on one major goal at a time. Ask yourself, what is the most important thing I want to achieve in the next 6 months? Once you have identified it, commit to it fully. Say no to distractions, to unnecessary commitments, and to anything that does not align with your vision. The more you simplify your focus, the greater your chances of success. Clarity also requires honesty. You must be honest with yourself about where you are right now. Many people deceive themselves, believing they are working towards success when in reality they are simply going through the motions without real commitment. Take an honest assessment of your life. What habits are holding you back? What fears are keeping you stuck? What excuses are preventing you from taking action? Once you identify these barriers, you can create a plan to overcome them. Finally, clarity is not something you achieve once and forget about. It requires constant reinforcement. Every morning, remind yourself of your goal. Review your vision. Speak it out loud. Write it down again if necessary. The more you keep your goals in front of you, the more your mind will work to find ways to achieve them. Clarity fuels determination, and determination fuels action. When you know exactly what you want, no obstacle can stand in your way. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. It is the force that turns dreams into reality and separates those who succeed from those who merely wish. Without discipline, even the best plans fall apart. Talent alone is not enough. Motivation is fleeting. But discipline is what keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. It is waking up early when your body wants more sleep, choosing work over distraction, and making sacrifices today for the rewards of tomorrow. Discipline is not about punishment, it is about control. It is about mastering your impulses and training yourself to act in alignment with your highest goals. The first step in developing discipline is creating structure in your life. Without structure, it is easy to drift aimlessly, falling into bad habits and wasting time on things that do not matter. A disciplined person does not leave their day to chance. They plan their actions, set priorities, and follow through with commitment. This means establishing a daily routine that aligns with your objectives. It means waking up with purpose, knowing exactly what needs to be done, and following through with focus. Structure eliminates confusion and removes the temptation to procrastinate. Discipline also requires a commitment to consistency. Success is not built in a day. It is the result of small efforts repeated over time. Many people fail because they start strong but lack the discipline to stay the course. They work hard for a few days, then let distractions pull them away. They exercise for a week, then quit. They start a project with excitement, but when challenges arise, they lose motivation. True discipline means showing up every day, no matter how you feel. It means doing the work even when you are tired, uninspired, or discouraged. It means pushing through discomfort, knowing that every small effort adds up to something great. Another essential part of discipline is self-control. The world is full of distractions, and every moment presents a choice. Stay focused or give in to temptation. Social media, entertainment, and endless notifications compete for your attention, pulling you away from what truly matters. A disciplined person knows how to say no. They do not allow themselves to be controlled by impulses. They do not let momentary pleasure derail their long-term progress. They understand that self-control is the key to lasting success. It is the ability to delay gratification, to resist distractions, and to remain focused on the goal despite external temptations. Discipline also demands accountability. It is easy to make excuses when no one is watching. But true discipline means holding yourself responsible for your actions. It means setting clear expectations for yourself and following through with integrity. One of the best ways to develop accountability is by tracking your progress. Keep a journal of your goals. Write down your daily tasks. Review your performance at the end of each day. Did you stay focused? Did you complete what you set out to do? Where did you fall short? By regularly assessing your progress, you can identify weaknesses and make adjustments before they turn into major setbacks. The journey to success is not always easy, and discipline is what keeps you moving forward when times get tough. There will be days when motivation fades, when obstacles seem too great, and when doubt tries to creep in. This is where discipline is most important. It is the voice inside you that says, keep going. It is the decision to rise after every setback, to keep pushing when others quit, and to trust the process even when the results are not yet visible. The greatest victories are won by those who refuse to give up, by those who persist through hardship, and by those who understand that discipline is the key to unlocking their full potential. In the end, discipline is not about perfection. It is about commitment. It is about showing up, doing the work, and refusing to let excuses define your future. It is about proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. When you develop discipline, you take control of your destiny. You become the master of your time, your habits, and your future. And when you embrace discipline fully, success is no longer a possibility. It is an inevitability. Growth is the process of becoming more than you were yesterday. It is the journey of self-improvement. of breaking past limitations, and of stepping into the person you are meant to be. Growth does not happen by accident. It requires intention, effort, and a willingness to embrace change. Too many people remain stuck in the same routines, repeating the same mistakes and wondering why their lives never improve. Growth is the decision to break free from comfort, to challenge yourself, and to strive for something greater. It is a process that requires patience, persistence, and an open mind. The first step in growth is recognizing that there is always more to learn. No matter how much you know, there is always another level of understanding waiting for you. The most successful people in the world are lifelong learners. They never assume. They have all the answers. They seek wisdom, they ask questions, and they constantly expand their knowledge. Growth begins when you humble yourself enough to admit that you do not know everything and that there is always room for improvement. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. One of the most important factors in growth is your environment. The people you surround yourself with either push you forward or hold you back. If you are constantly around negativity, doubt, and mediocrity, it will be nearly impossible to rise above it. Growth requires you to be intentional about who you allow into your life. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, who inspire you, and who encourage you to be better. Seek out mentors, read books written by great minds, and listen to those who have walked the path of success before you. Growth does not happen in isolation. It happens in an environment that nurtures it. Another key to growth is stepping outside your comfort zone. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It is easy to stay in familiar routines, to do what feels safe, and to avoid challenges. But growth requires discomfort. It requires doing things that scare you, trying things that you are not yet good at, and embracing failure as a learning experience. Every time you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible, you grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Growth happens when you are willing to take risks, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. Growth also requires discipline and consistency. It is not something that happens overnight. It is the result of daily effort, small improvements, and a commitment to becoming better each day. A person who reads for just 30 minutes a day will gain more knowledge in a year than someone who never picks up a book. A person who exercises consistently will be stronger and healthier than someone who only works out occasionally. Growth is not about giant leaps. It is about steady progress. The small things you do every day add up over time, leading to massive transformation. One of the biggest obstacles to growth is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of change keep many people from reaching their full potential. But growth requires courage. It requires you to face your fears and move forward despite them. The most successful people are not those who never experience fear, but those who refuse to let fear control them. Every time you step through fear, you expand your possibilities. You gain confidence, you build resilience, and you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Finally, growth is a mindset. It is the belief that you are not limited by your past, your circumstances, or your current abilities. It is the understanding that you have the power to change, to improve, and to create a better future for yourself. When you adopt a growth mindset, challenges become opportunities, failures become lessons, and setbacks becomes you no longer see obstacles as barriers, but as necessary parts of the journey. With the right mindset, growth is inevitable, and success is within your reach. Ricochet is the force that turns dreams into reality. Without action, even the best plans remain nothing more than ideas. Too many people spend their time thinking, planning, and waiting for the perfect moment. But success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who move. Action is the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who only wish for it. It is not enough to desire success. You must take the steps necessary to make it happen. Action is the proof of your commitment, the evidence of your belief in yourself, and the key to unlocking your true potential. One of the biggest barriers to action is overthinking. Many people hesitate because they want everything to be perfect before they begin. They want the perfect plan, the perfect timing, and the perfect conditions. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it only leads to inaction. The truth is, no plan is ever flawless. No timing is ever completely right, and no conditions will ever be entirely ideal. The only way to move forward is to start where you are with what you have. Progress comes from taking the first step, even if it is small. Clarity and improvement come through action, not before it. Taking action requires decisiveness. Every day you are faced with choices. You can choose to move forward, or you can choose to remain in the same place. Many people struggle because they hesitate when decisions need to be made. They analyze too much, they doubt themselves, and they delay action until the opportunity passes. Success belongs to those who decide quickly and commit fully. It is better to take imperfect action than to do nothing at all. Mistakes can be corrected, but inaction leads to regret. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. Another important part of action is persistence. Many people begin with enthusiasm, but quit when they face obstacles. The truth is, every great achievement comes with challenges. There will be difficulties, setbacks, and moments when you feel like giving up. But action is not about moving forward only when things are easy. It is about pushing through when things get tough. Every struggle, every failure, and every difficulty is a test of your determination. Those who keep taking action even when they face resistance are the ones who ultimately succeed. Action also requires consistency. It is not about making one big move and expecting overnight success. It is about taking small, deliberate steps every single day. A person who takes consistent action, even if it is small, will achieve more than someone who takes massive action once and then stops. Success is built on daily habits, not occasional bursts of effort. Every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Every action compounds over time, creating momentum that becomes unstoppable. Fear is another obstacle that holds people back from taking action. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of what others will think prevent many people from stepping forward. But the only way to overcome fear is to act despite it. Fear loses its power when you take action. The more you do, the more confident you become. Action creates courage, and courage leads to more action. It is a cycle that strengthens you with each step you take. Action also brings clarity. Many people wait until they have all the answers before they begin, but the truth is that answers come through movement. You do not have to see the entire path before you take the first step. The more you act, the more you learn. The more you learn, the better your decisions become. Taking action leads to feedback, which helps you adjust and improve. Every mistake is a lesson, and every experience makes you wiser. In the end, action is what separates success from failure. The world is full of people with great ideas, big dreams, and ambitious goals, but only those who take action will achieve them. If you want to change your life, you must take action today. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. There is no better time than the present to begin. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not let fear or doubt hold you back. Move forward with determination. Take the first step and keep going. Your future depends on what you do today. Perseverance is the ability to keep going despite difficulties, obstacles, and failures. It is the quality that separates those who succeed from those who give up. Life will always present challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but perseverance is what allows you to push forward when everything seems to be against you. It is not about never failing. It is about refusing to let failure define you. Every great achievement in history has been the result of perseverance. Those who reach success are not always the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. The journey to success is never a straight path. It is filled with twists, turns, and roadblocks. Many people start strong, full of enthusiasm and motivation. But when they face resistance, they begin to slow down. They start doubting themselves, questioning their abilities, and considering giving up. This is where perseverance becomes crucial. It is in these difficult moments that your character is tested. Will you let the struggle defeat you, or will you rise above it? Perseverance is the decision to keep going, even when progress seems slow, even when you feel tired, even when others tell you to stop. One of the biggest reasons people give up is because they expect success to come quickly. They believe that if they put in effort, results should appear immediately. But real success takes time. It requires patience, endurance, and a willingness to keep working, even when there are no visible results. Think about a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, there may be no sign of growth. For weeks, there may be no sign of growth. But beneath the soil, roots are forming, preparing for the breakthrough. The same is true for your efforts. Just because you do not see immediate results does not mean progress is not happening. Perseverance means trusting the process and continuing to work, knowing that your breakthrough will come. Another key to perseverance is learning from failure. Too many people see failure as the end, but in reality, failure is a stepping stone to success. Every mistake, every rejection, every setback carries a lesson. The most successful people in the world are not those who never fail. They are the ones who failed the most but kept going. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney was rejected multiple times before his vision became a reality. These individuals understood that failure is not permanent. It is just part of the journey. Perseverance means using failure as fuel to keep moving forward, rather than as a reason to stop. Perseverance also requires mental toughness. There will be moments when you feel exhausted, when negativity surrounds you, when you question whether your efforts are worth it. In those moments, your mindset will determine your outcome. If you allow doubt and fear to control you, you will quit. But if you choose to believe in yourself, to remind yourself why you started, and to push through the pain, you will emerge stronger. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Train it to focus on solutions, to see challenges as opportunities, and to keep moving forward no matter what. Another important part of perseverance is adaptability. Sometimes the path you plan does not work out. You may face unexpected detours, failures, or obstacles that force you to change direction. Perseverance does not mean stubbornly sticking to one approach. It means being flexible enough to adjust while still keeping your goal in sight. If one method does not work, find another. If one door closes, knock on a different one. Success is rarely achieved by following a straight line. It is the result of constant adjustment, learning, and relentless effort. In the end, perseverance is about never giving up. It is about understanding that success is not a matter of luck or talent. It is a matter of endurance. The ones who win are not always the fastest or the strongest, but the ones who refuse to quit. No matter how difficult the journey becomes, keep going. When others give up, keep going. When doubt creeps in, keep going. The moment you decide to never quit is the moment you take full control of your destiny. Perseverance is the key that unlocks every great achievement, and if you hold on to it, success is only a matter of time. Transformation is the process of becoming a new version of yourself, one that is stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. It is not just about small improvements, but about a complete shift in how you think, act, and live. True transformation does not happen by accident. It requires intentional effort, a willingness to let go of the old, and the courage to embrace the unknown. Many people desire change, but few are willing to go through the challenges that transformation demands. It is not easy to leave behind old habits, comfort zones, and limiting beliefs, but those who commit to transformation find themselves living at a higher level, experiencing new opportunities, and achieving success they once thought impossible. The first step in transformation is self-awareness. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Many people go through life without truly understanding themselves. They repeat the same patterns, react the same way to challenges, and wonder why they never grow. Transformation begins when you take an honest look at your life and identify what is holding you back. What habits are keeping you stuck? What beliefs are limiting your potential? What fears are stopping you from moving forward? Self-awareness is the foundation of transformation because it allows you to see what needs to change. Without it, you will continue to live on autopilot, repeating the same mistakes and never reaching your full potential. Once you have awareness, the next step is making a decision. Transformation does not happen by wishing for it. It requires a commitment, a firm decision that you will no longer settle for the way things are. Many people talk about wanting to change, but their actions do not match their words. They wait for the right time, the right circumstances, or for someone else to push them. But transformation begins the moment you decide that you will take responsibility for your own life. It is a choice to move forward, no matter what obstacles stand in the way. Transformation also requires letting go of the past. Too often, people hold on to past failures, disappointments, and regrets. They allow their history to define them and limit what they believe is possible. But true transformation means releasing what no longer serves you. It means forgiving yourself for past mistakes, learning from them, and moving forward with a fresh mindset. You cannot become a new version of yourself while clinging to an old identity. Growth requires a willingness to break free from anything that no longer aligns with your future. Another key element of transformation is embracing discomfort. Change is never easy. It requires stepping outside of your comfort zone, facing fears, and doing things you have never done before. Many people resist transformation because it feels uncomfortable. They prefer familiarity, even if it is keeping them stuck. But discomfort is a necessary part of growth. Every breakthrough happens on the other side of discomfort. If you want to transform, you must be willing to go through temporary pain for long-term gain. Whether it is developing new habits, changing your mindset, or pursuing a new path, transformation will always require you to stretch beyond your current limits. Consistency is also crucial for transformation. Many people start strong but give up when they do not see immediate results. Transformation is not a one-time event. It is a daily commitment. It is about making small, intentional changes every day that add up over time. A person who consistently works on themselves, even in small ways, will achieve far greater transformation than someone who tries to change everything overnight. Success does not come from short bursts of effort, but from a steady, persistent pursuit of growth. Finally, transformation is an ongoing journey. There is no final destination where you can say you have fully arrived. Growth never stops. There will always be new levels to reach, new challenges to overcome, and new opportunities to embrace. The key is to stay committed to the process, to keep evolving, and to never settle for less than what you are capable of becoming. Transformation is a lifelong pursuit, and those who embrace it will continue to rise, no matter where they started. The person you are today does not have to be the person you are tomorrow. Change is always possible, and transformation is within your reach if you are willing to take the steps necessary to make it happen.